Hey guys, how's it going? Well, today I'm going to talk about how I'm going to design my kitchen in the new van I'm going to buy next year. I'm already preparing to get started on it, and of course, the first phase is to design it. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so here we go. I'll start with the top. It's going to be 52 inches long from there to there, ideally. And this is going to be my stove, the gas one stove, that's going to be permanently mounted in this spot. Now the countertop, my idea is to buy a cheap IKEA table from Craigslist, hopefully about $50. And that way I can get a nice solid pine tabletop for a decent price. If you go to Home Depot or IKEA, they want like $200 for a piece of wood. And the IKEA stuff, it's not even wood, it's just like particle board. If you cut it open, you can see that it's just pressed wood inside. So I'm going to get solid pine, maybe birch, I'm not really sure. And I should be able to get a good deal. Now what I'm going to do is, since the depth is going to be 20 inches, I'm going to have a fair amount left over that I'm going to see if I can repurpose to stick it in a different place. Other ideas I have for other parts of the van. So stove here, counter here, 52 inches, and long, 20 inches deep. And the kitchen unit is going to be 35 inches. Now, of course, none of these numbers are written in stone and everything. It's possible to change. Now, what I'm trying to avoid doing is making drawers, because I find that I've done it before, I've tried to do it before, and I wasn't very good at it. It's really hard to get them square. And they need to be square to operate properly. So this is probably going to have to be a drawer. And this is going to be my recycling and garbage area, which has to be on a drawer slide as well. I was going to put that over here, but I don't think I want to do that because my couch is going to be over here in this area, and my head will be here leaning against the couch with a cushion or pillow. And I don't want it so close to the garbage because that's going to smell. Even faintly is a little bit too much for me. So another reason this cannot be a drawer is because my propane is going to be down here to feed the stove. And so then I'm going to have a propane hose, and that will inhibit the proper operation of a drawer. So that's just going to be an open cupboard area. Well, it won't be open, there will be a door there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like a 4-liter, 1-gallon water container in here for a gray tank. And then put a funnel, a stainless steel funnel behind the stove. And then just put a little hose to my gray tank area water container, and then make sure that it's transparent so I can see how full it is. I'm thinking of doing that. I'm not 100% sure yet. So this tank is going to be a propane tank that's 11 pounds. So it's the skinnier type. It's no more. It's like 9.5 inches wide and about 16 or 17 tall. So yeah, that's going to be for the stove. Now, to access the valve for the tank, I'm going to have a hole cut out inside this area. This whole area is going to be where my chair goes, like not necessarily an office chair, probably just a regular wooden chair. So that I can use this whole kitchen counter not only as a place to prepare food, but also as a desk, which I think would be very handy. I do prefer to sit down when I'm making food, so I want to be able to put a chair here, which means I've actually measured my legs sitting down, and I need to have a minimum of 18 inches to fit in here. I'm not a small person. So, yeah. So this whole open area is going to be where my office chair or regular chair goes. And then behind here, inside, I'm going to have a hidden, well, not really hidden, but a door cut through here because I'm going to have space behind under here because the propane tank is only 9.5 inches. So that means I'm still going to have another 10 inches behind it where I can store stuff. I'm not sure what to do with this drawer yet, what to put in it, but this is going to be a kitchen area, so I'm sure I'll find something. Like I said, this will be recycling, garbage. And this area, this is going to be Sterilite plastic drawers. I like to use those because they're light and they're durable and they don't warp like wood. And I don't have to make drawers. The only problem is they have limited, you can't only get them in certain sizes. So the one that I saw is 12 5/8 by 24. So I'll be sticking it in here, and then I'm going to have a door that's going to open and close so that I don't have to worry about the drawers sliding open and stuff all the time. So yeah, that'll be a 3-drawer Sterilite unit. Probably get the nice looking brown one. And then finally we have the fridge. The fridge is going to be in a box, like a sliding drawer box. And I've already mostly finished that. I'm still working on a little bit. But it has to slide almost all the way out. And so that, because the fridge, the door is at the top and it's going to open upwards, which is kind of a pain in the neck. And so it's going to be on very small wheels, like casters. They're like 1.5 inches tall. I'm a little bit concerned about what to do with the power wire because I don't want to get kinked up in here when I'm closing it. So, because the power wire is right at the front of the fridge, so I'm going to have to like connect it to the fridge or something and then run it through the back. I'm not really sure how to do that. If anybody has any ideas about that, please let me know in the comment section below. Now, one thing I did think of is I could have the fridge up here and then I wouldn't have to worry about the power wire and I wouldn't have to worry about it moving. Well, the problem is then I lose all this counter space. Part one. Part two is I'm not really a good woodworker, like, let's be honest. And if I cut this countertop, there's a good chance I'm going to make a mess out of it. So I'd rather just have a solid, seamless countertop that's not cut. So I think I'm going to start with the fridge down here. And, worst case scenario, I can always change it later. That's the great thing about doing this stuff is I can change anything I want later if I want to. It's just wood and screws. Now, my concern with this thing is I really don't want it to be more than 52 inches in length because, like I said earlier, I'm going to have a couch over here. The couch area can not be more than 6 feet because I have 10 feet length in total in the back of a Transit. So, problem is my propane tank, my 20-pound propane tank, is going to feed the Way 3, and that's got to go on this side. So already now the couch is now 5 feet. So I really try to keep this kitchen counter maximum of 52. We'll see how this goes. That means this area right here cannot be more than 3/4 of an inch. Well, that's my goal anyway. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. If it has to be another inch or two bigger, then I guess it just has to be that way. So the idea is, as I build this, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to worry about the countertop yet. I'm going to build this in 2 sections. I'm going to build this section, and then later I'm going to build this section. This is all open, so there's nothing here. This is just, you'll be able to see the back wall behind this if the chair is not in the way. So these are not connected. The only way this is going to be connected is when I put the counter on the top, and then they'll be connected that way. But of course, the challenge is building this thing in the van. In my current Chevy Express, is not going to be easy. So if I can keep this section, get this done, and then later on do this one, and then next year when I buy my Ford Transit high top, then I can just move them over relatively easy. All right, guys. Well, I think that covers it. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Shortly after making that clip there, I decided I'm going to actually change it up quite a bit. The reason is because I want to get my stove as on the other side of the counter. The reason is I'm putting my roof vent as close to the partition wall as possible. My Maxar roof vent, which means I'm doing that because I want to get as much solar on as possible. So because my fan is, my Maxar is going to be all the way to the front as possible, I'm moving my stove to the other side of the counter. Because if I have my stove over here and I'm sitting over here, and my roof vent's over here, it's going to suck the fumes of the stove right across my face. Recently, there's a discussion on Vancouver Vent Dwellers Facebook group about burning propane and the possible carcinogenic effects of breathing in burned gases. So, you know, is it gonna really give me cancer? Probably not, but you know what? It's best to be as cautious as possible. And a little redesign issue, and put the stove as close as possible to the roof vent. So if the stove's here and the roof vent's up here, it's going to suck it right out instead of going across my face. And I can just crank that fan up as much as I want. So, you know, it's a work in progress, and that's the way she goes. Thanks for watching, and be well, my friends.